It's another Saturday morning. Good morning, Jeremy. How you doing today, man?
Morning, John. I'm doing wonderful.
Oh, actually, it's actually 1 o'clock over here, so it's the afternoon.
Oh,
We
yeah,
got
it is here too.
we got
It's in the mind, state of mind.
eh, no pun intended. No,
Haha.
no pun intended. Hey
No pun.
guys,
No pun.
thank you for coming to another episode of Tam. It's come and get your Tam lines.
Get
Um,
your
This is the
tangy.
Artificial Mind, episode 2, and today we're doing the theme today. We are going over the lost tapes of the 27 Club. The lost tapes of the 27 Club. When I found this myself, it was very interesting. It hit the news. It was on featured on Rolling Stone, which we'll go over the article in a second. It used AI to create the music lost to music's mental health crisis. Um, I'm going to read the description that's here. It says, as long as there's been popular music, musicians and crews have always struggled with mental health at a rate far exceeding the general adult population. And this issue hasn't just been ignored, it's been romanticized by things like the 27 Club, a group of musicians whose lives were all lost at just 27 years old. To draw attention to this issue, we used AI to imagine what these artists might have created were they still with us, and we were positively overwhelmed and humbled by the conversation it sparked. The songs were shared across the globe as musicians as well as the public came together to shine a light on the music industry's mental health crisis, and the outpouring of support and well wishes we received was astounding. Better yet, musicians reached out for support, and that's what it's all about. Now, our mission to change the conversation about mental health and recovery in the music community while providing a compassionate environment for our members to thrive marches on. If you or someone you know needs help, visit us at overthebridge.org. And you also know you can also hit star 988. What were your first thoughts when I introduced this to you?
I was curious because this kind of goes along with the whole artificial AI art wave going on right now. Um, it's again a what if scenario. If all these individuals had lived, what would they have pumped out? And the choices they made were overall pretty. They were pretty wide, weren't they? I mean, three of them are rockers, and then the other Amy was more jazzy, I guess.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was definitely interested as soon as you told me about it.
it's pretty cool. So the four songs that will be played for the duration of this episode, and we'll be breaking down the pieces that we made. The first one is "Drawn in the Sun" by what sounds like in the style of Nirvana, which actually has a confirmed vocalist that actually did the vocals for the song named Eric Hogan, who was the frontman of Atlanta's Nevermind. It's the ultimate tribute to Nirvana. And they actually started off as a Halloween thing, and it was an excuse for the lead singer and his friends to perform Foo Fighters, Stone Temple Pilots, Nirvana tribute sets. And they had a huge reaction, and Over the Bridge team asked him to sing on Drawn in the Sun. He thought the project sounded both
Oh,
unbelievable
okay.
and cool, but after the conversation, I still didn't really think it was a real thing, he says, and then they sent me the files and the money. So,
Nice.
um, this is a very interesting thing. I mean, the first time I heard it, I was in tears because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first one we're gonna hear is Nirvana, John in the Sun, and the last song that came out from them was "You Know You're Right," and that came out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
it was a song that came out after years after Kurt Cobain died, so it was very interesting, and there was a lot of theories that he was still alive. But yeah, let's check out this song. To be honest with you, I all four tracks are amazing. I love
Yeah.
all four of them. I was a fan. Like I listened to all of them. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. So we're gonna start off with uh, "Drown in the Sun."
Got my hands right now in every room.
how far did you get into this song? You like start feeling that tingling in your spine or the teary feeling?
I still got some
15 to 20 seconds.
over now. The sun shines on you, but I don't know how. I don't care.
Really critical at first.
Trying to
And I would have fit it in never mind going into the second side. Gets a little surgery. You know, hearing this again, I guess had he recorded this like in his 30s or 40s, it would have been more realistic. This does sound like a guy in his 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that when I first heard it. I was
Purina
so
One
critical
has
of it.
the
Oop, sorry about the commercial, guys. But yeah, that was Jon and the Sun with what was, I want to make sure I say his name right.
Yeah, I
Oh my
forgot
God,
his
I
name
love
already.
Eric Hogan.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get to the art pieces, I mean the song itself, very interesting lyrics as it starts off. I've got my hands right now in every wound. I've been here before, but not with you. I still got some pain, but it's over now. The sun shines on you, but I don't know how. I don't care. I feel as one, drawn in the sun. I feel as one, drawn in the sun. Do you like, these are lyrics that I feel like Kurt Cobain would have
Yeah,
written.
I get a lot of in utero in those like 8 sentences right there. That's definitely in utero inspired. I feel as one. What is that? That's from what song is it? It's off in utero. I know that. I feel as one. It's definitely an actual lyric Kurt wrote. Yeah, I feel as one. It's gonna give you like anatomy
Yeah, I'm
terminology
trying
because it's
to.
in
Oh,
utero.
it says all apologies.
Apologies. Okay.
I'm trying to find that. Oh yeah, in the sun, I feel as one.
Yep. There
Look
it
at
is.
look at that. Drowned in
Yep.
the sun, I feel as one. Oh my God.
Let's see, what was the other lyrics he had in there?
That's a very interesting. That's a very good catch, Stro.
Good memory, man. Hey, that was my band, my team.
You know, it's almost interesting because, like, in All Apologies, he says, "In the sun, I feel as one," and in Drowned in the Sun, he says, "I'm drowned in the sun, I feel as one." Wow.
Very yin yangy.
very yin yang. Holy crap! And so the art pieces. So my piece
Oh
here,
yeah.
I wanted
Yeah.
to. I know. I mean, it's such an interesting topic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Definitely a big what if.
Yeah. So okay.
I
So
love what if.
my piece here, I actually. So I had put in the prompts of a man with long blonde hair because I actually didn't think if I had put Kurt Cobain like you did, it would come out as as photorealistic as yours came out. But mine was
Mhm.
a man walking in a field of sunflowers as they're melting into the sun. I didn't get the sun obviously, but I got everything else around it. But and I feel like this song, like okay, so you know how like Spotify now and Apple when a new song or single comes out, they have like this like album cover for the one
Mhm.
song. I feel like
Yeah.
that this would be a perfect my like not to get ahead of myself, but I feel like it would be a perfect depiction of what that album cover would be for that
Yeah.
single.
Okay. I get like, cause Kurt was into Led Zeppelin, and this does have like a Led Zeppelin-y feel, so he could totally go with that. Yeah.
I love it. And yours, it's beautiful. I mean, you obviously
Yeah.
Frances Bean, and what I love about Frances Bean's face is that Frances Bean was her face was covered for a long time when she was a kid.
Hmm.
So it was
Hmm.
very interesting and kind of like almost like the AI knew in a way. It looks like he's performing up there on the stage there. He looks like he's
Like a
just
sound check, and she's just up there dancing around.
yeah, man. So I love your piece, man. Now I got to hear what's on your mind about this because I'm very curious.
Yeah. So when I heard this song, I was, like I said, a little more critical of it. But the more I listened to it, I let go of certain things. But I did notice like there are certain lyrics or how it was sung that kind of like Gavin Rosdale from Bush.
Ooh,
Like I
yeah.
could hear that in there, but it would fade out back into Kurt's. Um, the big thing I thought it was like, God, what would have happened if Kurt was still around? Like, would have Dave Grohl had still done Foo Fighter albums?
Yeah,
Like what would
I think
Nirvana's
about I
first
think
album
about that too.
and you know what I kind of remember of the guy and just how they would have been. I think Kurt would have supported, if not co-wrote, a few songs with them.
I think so too. I agree with that.
He was into that kind of stuff. I mean, look at his unplugged album they did. They had they had Meat Puppets on there. They did a David Bowie song. He was all over the place on
Yeah.
that.
I,
Pretty
I
eccentric, actually.
yeah, you're right actually. It would have been very I mean, I'm not a fan of the Foo Fighters. It might be a hot take for a lot of people, but I can't not respect the work that Dave Grohl has done since Nirvana.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's really cool, man. It's pretty cool,
No?
man. You ready for the next one?
Sure.
The next one is Man I Know in the style of Amy Winehouse. And I'm sorry if I don't hear you when you say something.
No, that's
Yeah.
cool. I realized, like, at first when I started talking
Well,
through
you
it,
know,
that I was,
I
like,
got
giving
no
ideas out, but it's
idea.
probably good to just
I
sit
got
back and kind
nothing
of absorb
to
it, and everybody else
say.
can too.
Yeah.
It's all wrong.
Unless I get really inspired and get a thought, I'll get it out.
And I like to get on going. Trouble is showing with this song. I have seen it all, but it doesn't show one bit. My mind never rests, except for when he says I'm going back on to the living. My man, I know it. My man, I know. With a woman's heart and this man on my mind. Couldn't open my eyes, but that's just fine. Me and my brain full with with no chance to get old. Now it's over. Need some closure. I have seen it all, but it doesn't show one bit. My mind never rests. And he says I'm going back on to the living. My man, I know it. My man, I know what I tried and gone through. Think I got it all. Think I got it all. My head had been lost. I was left to die. I was far too high. Thought I lost my mind. I have seen it all, but it doesn't show one bit. My mind never rests, except for when he says I'm going back on to the living. My man, I know it. My man, I know. I have seen it all, but it doesn't show one bit. My mind never rests, except for when he says I'm going back on to the living. My man, I know it. My man, I know.
Yes, I don't know what happened there with
Just
the
cutting
connection there,
everything out
but
and-
you know, that was "Man I Know" in the style of Amy Winehouse. What did you think of the song?
I just realized something listening to that too. She definitely kicked off a certain style of singing. It almost seems like the memory I have is like the Chappelle years, like when the Chappelle show was on, so early 2000s, and there's this kind of doo-wop feeling from her and Lauryn Hills. They both kind of had that thing going on, so I get that feeling when I listen to it.
And yeah, I like that. I could definitely see that. It's very.
There's
It's,
definitely a fascination with New York again, like that whole era. I just think of like prior to 9/11, and everybody was just picking themselves back up, and the art was just rhythm and R&B was coming back, and a lot of stuff.
yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of Amy Winehouse, but enough to know that she's produced a lot of great works
Hmm.
before her passing, and then I believe there was an album that came out after she passed too,
Oh,
that she was working on, which was like a posthumous release. And from what I understand, that was the best-selling album of the 21st century. So she definitely had a following, a huge fan base. She was described as probably one of the realest people in her art form,
yeah.
because there was nothing being held back, and I get that in these lyrics too.
Mhm.
In one section, she says here, I got nothing to see, it's all wrong, and I'd like to get on going. Trouble is showing with this song. She knows that she's attracting something that may be some type of negative energy, and but she don't
Mhm.
care because she's there for it. She's there to live, and I
I
think
almost feel like her and Kurt would have gotten along.
I almost feel like they would have too.
Yeah, just looking at this.
Yeah, and I mean, look,
Wow.
and Kurt Cobain, he did acoustic stuff. I could see him doing like a nice little collaboration.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have been cool. And so, what was your thought process for your piece here?
Well, having out of the four of them, she's probably the least I knew about. Like, I knew a couple of her songs, like the Rehab song. Um, yeah, just like I was saying, I felt that like early 2000s, like kind of doo-wop feel. Um, like being at the coffee houses, out of time spent there. Those were the early days of MySpace too. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's just a whole different world that she
So
just put me in.
it's a whole
Yeah,
different time. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, my piece that I did for her just kind of came from that idea too. Like she'd be a humble spirit still, and like be downtown New York, Lower Manhattan, doing a new song on the spot at a coffee house.
Oh, it almost seems like that would be her style too, and
Yeah.
that's almost the style that and like when I looked at yours, I was like, yeah, we kind of went for like almost the same style here. Like for mine, I wanted like a 1920s, 30s, like not a bar, but like a dine-in.
Easy, I think you said, wasn't it, or
Yeah,
just for the
something.
time
Yeah,
period?
something like that. Yeah, for that time period. And when I do hear her music, I I hear that vibe going on. Like I could like if
Mm,
like I could close my eyes and I see the performers in that small little bucket stage on the corner of the bar. Where there's
improvisation just coming out of everything.
and the guitar players hanging off the steps somehow, trying to hang on to life, trying to stay on there, and
Mm-hmm.
people are smoking. There's smoke all over the place. Everyone's just it's a vibe.
True coffee house.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. The next one I'm actually super excited for. Um, I love Jimi Hendrix. I am a fan of Jimi Hendrix. My favorite song by them is Hey Joe.
Okay,
I Hendrix is a killer in his music, and yeah, I mean, you ready for this one, man?
hit me.
I got my eyes open, I know I just can't see. You're such a man woman, oh baby, why'd you fall like that? 'Cause when it comes to it, you're gonna kill me. I've been in hell enough, baby. Oh, you're gonna kill me. I ain't gonna hurt you. I'm just digging this whole breeze. You're such a mad woman. Oh God, you're gonna kill me. Yeah, when it comes to it, you're gonna kill me.
God, could you imagine hearing that on a stage
Oh
nowadays?
my God, I love this song. There is so much energy to this, and it's such an honest song, is it not?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
You know,
this is definitely down Jimmy's.
now the one thing that was interesting to me is that because I am a Hendrix fan, So he sounds older in this.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I'm very glad.
Yeah, they made it work so good. I love the lyrics though. I got my eyes open, I know. I just can't see. You're just a mad woman, baby. Oh, why'd you fall like that? Cause when it comes to it, you're gonna kill me, and I've been hell enough, baby. Oh, you're gonna kill me. I ain't gonna hurt you. I'm just digging this whole dream. You're such a mad woman. Oh God, you're gonna kill me. It's he would write something like this.
It's definitely a blues song. Definitely a blues song.
Hmm.
Get away from me with that switchblade, baby.
You know he's in there,
Yeah,
and
actually, I
yeah, I've played this song 100 times. It is so good, and it's so interesting because it's like it's and it even goes into my piece here, right? So
yeah.
you see the guy here, he's kissing up on the woman here. We're gonna say it's Jimmy. We're gonna say it's Jimmy. I don't think the hair is all that accurate, but my idea was a bad boy. A bad boy with a leather jacket coming in, swooping up like this. We're talking Grease here. We got Danny Zuko and Sandy. Sandy,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, Danny and Sandy.
I forget his. He actually had a girlfriend for a long time. I forgot what her name was. I can remember basically any other rocker's, other half, but I can't remember his.
Yeah, like
I like Janis Joplin a lot too.
because like John had Yoko and
Yep.
something. I know what you mean. Yeah, I just had
Jim
the
had Patty or Pam. Pam.
yeah.
Jim had Pam.
Then you had Freddie Mercury had Mary. So
Yeah.
so my idea for this piece was a bad boy coming up to catch the good girl, and he knows he's not gonna treat her all the best. You know, he knows he's gonna do some bad shit and stress her out, but he knows he's gonna be faithful and love her. You know, so that's kind of the idea
Hmm.
that's the idea that I have here with my side, and
Excellent.
I really enjoy your piece too because it looks like he's teaching kids how to play the song.
Yeah, he's. I definitely went on a what if piece. Like if he made it to 80, because he'd be an old dude at this point. I could totally see him going to some music school and teaching kids the blues, if not more other things. Because by now he would have been out of his blues and been doing other stuff too. I think he would have digged heavy metal. I think he would have gotten over his voice insecurities by the 80s because he always kind of said he didn't like his voice, which I think he's crazy. It definitely
It
made
was
him stick
unique.
out even more. It wasn't just a guitar; it was him. And I felt like this would have been like a video with him and like the Black Keys kind of backing him
Mm.
up. I felt that.
That would have been
And
a really
put
good
that in.
collaboration.
Yeah, I could totally feel both of them guys doing a collaboration together. But yeah, I've actually had this thought before of Jimmy like being a teacher to kids because he always was like a very gentle person. Like everybody in his family that ever talked to him was just like he was very peaceful.
I and definitely got that from him. Yeah, man.
Hmm.
You got any more? You want to go on to the next?
Nope, I'm ready for the next one.
All right. Well, this next one is "The Roads Are Alive" in the style of the Doors.
I just realized it almost sounds like the hills are alive with the sounds of music.
Mmm.
But anyways. No, I won't get that out of my
Sad
head.
face is like a bouquet of pain. With all that we had, we just couldn't stay. Down in my dreams, you know I'm all high. Never know what you are to find. That parking lot is crawling with vines. With your kiss that burns you deep down
love the fade out at the end.
Right. Definitely a 60s feeling right there.
I that you know this is another one that I really like because it's like it's very Doorsy.
Mm-hmm.
It's all all the elements are there. And again, there's another one where Morrison does sound older.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love
Yeah,
about it.
that's definitely like the what if part again. Like if he had survived his alcoholism and drug stints, like what he would have gotten into. Like I could totally see him on MTV in the '80s. Resurgence of the Doors because of the Oliver Stone movie that came out. And, like Val Kilmer portraying him. That would have
Oh,
totally been a fit right in. And then Austin Powers movies, you know damn well they would have took that song and used it on the soundtrack.
they're the
Right
chase
next
between
to
Doctor Evil.
right next to Smash Mouth.
Oh,
But there was something, John, I just found the lyrics that I thought of while I was hearing this, and it's from Peace Frogs of the Doors. There's blood in the streets, it's up to my ankles. Sound familiar?
oh wow! So he kind of went with the style.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Again, very good lyrics. Dead parking lot is crawling with eyes. With each kiss, it burns you deep down inside. Y'all don't realize that y'all are mine, crying, but the roads are alive.
Yeah, that sounds like Jim.
Tell me
You're
about
all mine.
tell me about your piece.
Yes. So, what did I actually title that as? That was titled. Where are you, Jim? Jim Morrison jamming on MTV in 1992. And that was basically it. In my head, it was the whole band, not just him, but the shot came out as just him jamming on MTV. And like I said, like the vision in my head was like around 1991. Oliver Stone did the movie The Doors, so they're really popular at this point. The hippie thing's kind of coming back, and yeah,
It's such a good name too. The Doors.
Doors Perception. Aldous Huxley? I think that's who wrote that.
Hmm.
Doors of Perception. That's who they got. What's his face? The piano player. That's where they got the name from. I want to say Manzarek. Tim, Ray Manzarek. He's the one that came up with the name, I think. At least in the movie, that's what they made it sound like. Overall, that was a pretty good movie of them too.
Interesting.
Do you know
I've never watched it. If you could send
You
me a
haven't?
link.
You should. You know who originally was supposed to play Jim Morrison in that?
Who?
Billy Idol.
Really?
Yeah, and he is in the movie, but he actually was in I want to say it was a motorcycle accident, and he could no longer play the part of Jim Morrison.
Ah, so they
So they
chose
stuck
Val,
him in, and
and they chose Val Kilmer.
yep,
Very
wise
interesting.
choice.
That's actually
Both.
a very good choice.
Yeah.
Very good choice. My idea for my piece was that he says in the song, "Dead parking lot is crawling with eyes and crying, but the roads are alive." And my idea was, the song is very trippy. I kind of wanna light something up and jam out to this while listening to this song.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is definitely a song that I could definitely pack a couple joints to
Word.
repeatedly. And
Word.
hey, full disclosure, guys, I am human. People want human experiences, and that's the whole point of why we're here talking about it, because this is the artificial mind. And the artificial mind today showed me that we have a bunch of guys sitting here in this parking lot, just relaxing, stoned off their mind, looking at these colors and the smokes and stuff, but they're just relaxing. The roads are alive, baby. I really love this piece. I think I may have to print this one out or something, but yeah, man. Very, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the pieces that we both came out with. They came out very beautiful. I'll go back here real quick. I mean, the Kurt Cobain pieces for John and the Sun came out really nice, and we both had like our own different themes where I didn't have their faces, but I definitely had them in the pic in mind, you know.
Like how both of ours for Amy kind of went the same way
Yeah,
too.
yeah, they definitely the ones that we had for Amy Winehouse were definitely very, very like
Coffee house feeling, speakeasy, just dirty, dingy, loungy, dark places. I love those.
yeah, absolutely. And we have a submission.
Oh,
Yep. So the submission that we have here today, and you guys, we're gonna do a submission at the end of every episode. So guys, send us your submissions, and I got the next one for our next episode, which I think you're gonna like. We'll announce that.
um,
We'll announce that in a few days. Today's submission is a a squid overtaking a pirate ship in the middle of a storm. There
awesome.
is a lot of detail in this. A lot of
There's a lot
detail.
going on.
Yeah. It look. I can't tell if that's like a lifeboat over there. Over there.
Yeah, it's like a secondary boat that came off it.
Yeah, and
Been a
man,
while.
this creature, it. Everyone's dead. Everyone is dead on this boat. I'm telling you
We
right
wish
now.
you were.
Yeah. I mean, I I don't know what is in the mind of our friend Dylan Mason, but I do know that he's got one hell of an imagination to come up with something like this because this is a piece. This is beautiful. This is like one of those pieces that you can actually have like on your bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Print. Oh my
Have-
God, you're reminding me of some of the wallpaper as a child at people's houses. Yes.
yeah,
Like anchors on the wall.
yeah, yeah. This is I really really do enjoy this. I love the detail of the water with the soap suds on on the top of the water. It looks like there's a tornado forming back there. It's pretty cool.
Hurricane season.
It's pretty cool. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you for the submission.
Yeah, nice job, Dylan.
And he sent me the props and he sent me the prompts that he wanted and I put it in. And guys, you could do the same. You could do the same. You could check out our website podpage.com/the artificial mind. You could also check us out on YouTube at the artificial mind, Spotify, and Apple. Do note that if you do want to watch the video that is along with our episodes, you would have to watch it on Spotify and YouTube. No, what did you? So, what are do you have any final thoughts?
N- um, no, I really like the idea that you gave us this weekend to look into with these four songs. Like one of my main attractions to art is what if, so that just fed into it perfectly. So I'm looking forward to our next what if.
Absolutely, and guys, keep an eye out. We'll be putting out feelers out there and stuff like that. So, just contact us, Stro, and
Mhm.
thank you once again, man.
Thank you, sir.
I'll see you later, brother. Have a good one, and
All right.
everybody, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, and we're gonna have a lot more coming.
Yes, we are.